Hello and welcome. The eve of the semi-finals, and we are just one sleep away from playing that crucial game of 2023 World Cup. It's going to be India taking on New Zealand at the Wankhede, and boy, how excited we all are. I'm joined by Alan and Rohit. Rohit and Alan, how are you doing, and how excited are you both? Because it's going to be the most important match of the season for Indian cricket, the Indian team, and us, the Indian fans. How do you guys see that? Rohit, let me start with Alan today.
Look, I after watching all the 9 games, honestly, I can't wait. I mean, I the entire day that I've spent today was just in my mind going कि 15 तारीख अब क्यों नहीं आ रहा? Just आ जाए match. I just don't want 14th to be there. Just get the match started because I am nervous, but there's also this quiet confidence inside me as a fan. I remember in 2019 I didn't have that quiet confidence, but it's just that the magic that this team has done past the entirety of 9 games. I am quietly confident and honestly just so excited to watch the cricket that's going to come, in front of us. As a fan, as a cricket lover, the cricket that's in store for us, it's going to be a blockbuster game. I'm so sure.
Rohit, what do you think? I mean, we do have those moments of 2019, us fans were really nervous, especially after we lost those 4 quick wickets early on in the game. And then, yes, there was a partnership, but we knew somehow, we were hoping that MS Dhoni and Jadeja would pull it off. But then again, it was that crucial number 4 slot that cost us the game, right, in 2019. But now I think things look much more sorted this time around. And do you think fans and, team, I wouldn't call team to be nervous, because they have had a very good run. I mean, 9 games on the trot, on the bounce, winning all of them, and convincingly. So what do you think? I mean, where do you stand? Are you nervous, or are you excited for this?
I mean, I'm 50-50, Junaid, because for a simple reason that, there is this confidence in my mind, one part of my mind, which says that, we are in this together. I mean, we are going to get it done because obviously it's Wankhede and, we know the conditions well with the likes of Rohit Sharma, that batting wicket, and especially, we know that how good the Indian bowlers are bowling. In fact, with the string they are getting from those conditions, especially, if we recall the Sri Lanka game, how good the Indian bowling display was, and we know how good a batting wicket is. Batting wicket Mumbai is, and in fact, with the likes of Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Shreyas Iyer being in form, and in fact, we mentioned the number 4 slot, and in this particular World Cup, the number 4 slot has been dominated by Shreyas Iyer, and he's been doing pretty well, despite the fact that there has been this a small maybe concern regarding the short ball weakness of Shreyas Iyer, but then he's somehow tried to overcome that. He's tried to he's attacking those 130, 135 kind of short balls now, and he's looking to attack the spinners, playing to his strengths. So definitely, that number 4 slot looks pretty stable now, and I don't think India have a lot of loopholes, to be very precise. Watching those 9 games, as Alan mentioned, some part of your mind, definitely says that India would win this game, but still, getting back to that 2019 memories, or rather, a past few knockout defeats that India have faced in the recent past, there is this slight bit of nervousness within me.
So, Alan, what do you think? The decision would be at the toss, because I know if it was Eden Gardens, then we knew what Rohit would have done had he won the toss, right? Now that India are playing at Wankhede, I mean, sorry, beg your pardon. If it was Eden Gardens, then he would have batted first, regardless of, anything. But now at Wankhede, you have a 50-50 chance, because we know it's going to be a high-pressure game. But then again, we have done really good chasing. We've done really good, while defending, while setting up targets. So win the toss, bat first kind of a thing for you?
Yeah, if I was in Rohit Sharma's place, that's what I would do: win the toss and bat first. Primarily because, look, it's a knockout game, and the pressure of a knockout game, when you're chasing, it does make a difference. No matter, you might be the best chasing team, and even if India does chase, if the toss doesn't go in their favor, or maybe if he chooses to bowl first, I just feel that just how the pitch is played and how, especially in the second innings under lights, the amount of movement that bowlers have been able to generate in the first, 10 to 15 overs. Under lights, that ball just seems to dance, like not even move. It dances according to the
Not even,
bowler's hands.
not even like
So
you don't even make the batsman dance. I mean, not
exactly.
dance to the tune. Basically, yeah, I get what
Exactly.
you're saying. Basically, yeah.
I was reading, a couple of news articles, and I also watched a couple of YouTube videos. So the pitch that they're using is the same one that was used for the Afghanistan and Australia game, where Maxwell turned into an
Mm-hmm.
extraordinary alien and just gave
True,
us
true,
the ODI innings of a lifetime. So if
true.
at all it's going to be something like that, then I would bat first, but just because looking at our batting order, the way we've been batting, just the mindset that the team is in, I would bat first. Just put the runs on board, because right now I don't see any chinks in our armor at all, and I don't want to jinx it, but that's just the kind of dominant cricket that Team India has been playing, and I will not. I don't think I would be. It would be far fetched if I draw parallels to the 2007 Australian team that
Australia.
won the World Cup.
True.
They were dominant to that level, and this team does give you that sort of vibe
Actually,
that
that's a
there
very
is.
valid point that you have brought up, because all right, Australia in 2003, they were like dominant through and through, right, unbeaten streak in 2003 as well. But then again, they had pretty close games. A couple of games were pretty close. Especially one against New Zealand and one against England, right? So, but this Indian team, they have won games more convincingly than even Australia in 2003. But 2007, yes, we are on par with that sort of a performance. So, I mean, I agree with you. As far as the toss is concerned, win the toss, bat first, put runs on the board, and then with home crowd backing you all the way, you can actually go on and win the game. I mean, that's what I think. So, but you never know, because I have seen in the past, like 1996, 2000 semi-final, 2003 final, 2017 final, we have taken those decisions wherein it has hurt the whole nation, the whole cricketing nation, to say the least. But I would actually want India to bat first, win the toss, bat first, put runs on the board, and then see how it goes from there on. Rohit, is it going to be the same for you? Win the toss, bat first?
Yeah, Julian, 100%. Because I hope that especially in a knockout game, when you're gonna chase, there is obviously that pressure. I mean, when you're gonna get say for instance, you need to chase a 280. It is psychologically 300 in a knockout game because the sheer knockout pressure. And to be statistically correct, I think that in the 4 games, the 4 to 5 games that has happened at Wankhede, the teams that are chasing have at least lost 2 wickets, two wickets in the first 10 overs. That is, today I saw the stat where, Sri Lanka were pushed to 14 for 6 against India, and Bangladesh were pushed to around 39 for 3 at the end of the power play, if I'm not wrong, against South Africa. And we all would remember, what happened against, the game between Afghanistan and Australia, whereby Australia were pushed to nearly were 5 down at the end of the 10th over. So, surely, as Alan mentioned, the ball, there is going to be assistance for the medium pacers, and provided if India are going to chase, or rather, there is going to be a situation where the toss doesn't goes India's way, and India tend to chase the target. I hope that Rohit Sharma has to survive the first 10 overs, because we know that once there is due into the wicket, how dangerous a batting paradise it can be. Because with the likes of Maxwell proving that in that game against Australia, against Afghanistan, beg your pardon, he took Australia out of nowhere. So Dew can definitely play a factor if you're going to chase, but provided you cannot lose wickets at the top. But then, if given a choice, I would bat first, Julian.
Mm-hmm. Now, when we say bat first, or just in case if we win the toss, what do you think? There are a considerable number of left-handers in the New Zealand lineup. Would you consider for somebody like an Ashwin to be drafted into the side? I know it's going to be the most unpopular question right now, because nobody wants to tinker with the team, going into this game. Because if we wanted to play Ashwin in the semi-final, we could have played him in the Netherlands game as well. But the team didn't go with that, right? So, but then again, that was one thought that was coming into my mind. Okay, they've got Rachin Ravindra, and then you've got Devon Convoy, and you've got Latham. So maybe, do you think there's a possibility that Ashwin might get a game? And if you think, then who's going to be replaced? Let's go ahead.
like you said, if at all India wanted to tinker with their 11 or, had thoughts about changing their 11, the Netherlands game was the ideal situation. But what the Netherlands game showed us is that this team is not going to change. They're ready to have 9 bowling options with the likes of, the wrong-footed in-swinging Menads and Rohit
Yeah.
Sharma's off-spin, Shubman Gill's
Yeah.
off-spin. Shreyas Iyer's also been bowling in the nets, as per the reports. He didn't bowl in the last game. But I don't see playing Ashwin, and I just know that it's not going to happen. It's
Uh-huh.
impossible that they play Ashwin, because it sends a wrong message. If you play Ashwin, you are sending a message to the opposition that we fear you, and there is
Yeah.
something in our minds that is playing in our head. And I believe that Rohit Sharma and Rahul Dravid back their 5 bowlers to do the job. Like, even in the press conference, I was listening to Rohit Sharma speak, where someone asked him about the strategy of using 9 bowling options, and he said it was something that they had in mind, but all these games did not give them the chance to try it out. And the Netherlands game, it was just in a scenario that they couldn't just do whatever they wanted to do. But no, I don't see Ashwin playing. And look, if they choose to bat first, which I think they will, Surya Kumar is that kind of a player who can change the complexion of the game in 20 balls, like 20 to 25 balls. He can change the entire scenario of the game. So
yeah, I think he's due. He's due for a big one, because he's the only player who hasn't contributed to that level.
Yes.
In
And
all the
that's
games that he
unfortunate, because this team has just been that good that he's not gotten
has been
a chance.
that good. He's exactly that's
True,
that's what I was about to say. So you never know, 20 balls or last 5 overs, he gets to walk out there in the middle, and then completely takes something like a 1996 Jadeja or something, he comes in right at the last moment, and then smacks the bowling apart. So
Exactly.
I mean, let's hope. If it's that sort of a day. So what could be the threat from the threat perception that Rohit, you think, from the New Zealand side? I know for the fact that if New Zealand are bowling second, right? Trend bowl factor is definitely going to be there.
True.
Psychologically, even conditions wise. But then again, you've got some problems right at the top as well, in the form of Rachin Ravindra as well, who has come in as a big surprise in this World Cup. Scoring runs for fun. So what do you think should Bumrah, Shami, Siraj should do different if New Zealand are batting first? Let's put it that way.
I think, Junaid, the plan will be to keep things simple, because to be very precise, India have been doing really good with their bowling, because for a simple fact that their lines and lengths have been perfect with the legs of Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, or rather Jasprit Bumrah. Yes, Jasprit Bumrah, yes, there is this debate that he hasn't got the maximum number of wickets as per his capabilities concerned. But then I personally feel that his economy has been excellent. So, as to answer your question, I feel that they will keep their lengths right. Off the wicket, there is going to be some help, in the initial 15 overs. So they will keep it on spot, and they won't try anything different. But if India are going to chase, I think that they'll definitely try to attack Trent Bolt, because if you there is this one stat I recently went through, that if Trent Bolt, if you don't give him wickets in his first 2 overs, he tends to go for runs. And in fact, if he gets a wicket, Kane Williamson tends to give him those four overs at the top. So if you're going to attack Trent Bolt, say around 60, 8 runs an over, say he's none for 24 in his first 3 overs, I think that Kane Williamson will have that thought process of moving to Lockie Ferguson, or rather a one-change bowler, so that we don't give any wickets to Trent Bolt. And in fact, Matt Henry, if I'm not wrong, he's coming from an injury. So I think Rohit Sharma, if India are batting second, will look to attack Trent Bolt at the top and not give him any wickets. Because let's be precise, if Trent Bolt is going 3 overs, none for 9, he's definitely going to come for that 4th over. With that confidence, he's going to pick up a wicket. But if he's going to say the vice versa, he's going to go none for 27 in his first 3 overs, I don't think that's going to be the case. So if India are batting second, maybe that would be the case. And if India are going to bowl first, they are going to keep their lengths perfect, and things are not going to change.
What about the Rocco factor? How impressive have they been? I don't remember, the top 3. Okay, I've seen Shikhar Dhawan, Rohit Sharma, and Virat Kohli performing in tandem in games in previous ICC tournaments as well. But this time it's been completely on a different level. 8 out of the first 9 games, either one of the two has scored 85 or more. So that it was very pleasing to see as an Indian fan. And I mean, I think we just missed out on the last game, but otherwise they have been absolutely brilliant. And if they have missed out with their batting, they have added a wicket to their column while bowling. So no complaints there. And no complaints there. So, well, I think, you know what, it's just going to be an icing on the cherry if Virat can score a big one today. I mean, I'm not talking about his 50th 100 or so, but even if he, scores a match-winning 50, then I think it's just going to add up on his CV, because he's achieved so much. But then a crucial knock in an ICC game ICC knockout game would definitely be something he would be eyeing for. What do you think, Alan?
Definitely. I mean, Kohli's stats in semi-finals and quarterfinals of an ICC tournament have not been that great. We all remember his 35 or 49 balls in the final, which was a very crucial knock at a very, very young age. But in the semi-finals, he's not been able to live up to the kind of reputation that he has. And, knowing him, he is he might not say it, but he is also out there to prove to himself that he can do it. He doesn't need to prove it to us or anyone else what he is or what he can do. But I remember watching that game in Bangladesh where he scored that century. And after the game, he spoke about how he wanted to score a century while chasing. And that just speaks volumes about the kind of mindset he's in, because he's aware. He's more aware than any one of us could think, that what all chinks are in his armor. What has he not done for his team? He's not been able to score a century for his team, chasing. And he already has 200s, I think, chasing in this World Cup. So it's just a matter of time, before he adds another feather to his cap. And look, Rohit just mentioned, the only thing that India should be careful about is New Zealand don't have an entire bowling attack. The loss of Matt Henry is a massive, massive loss for them. And they only have 4 main bowlers in the likes of Trent Boult, Lockie Ferguson, Tim Southee and Mitchell Santner. And I feel that Mitchell Santner is going to be that one bowler who they need to play out. Teams, Rohit, like you rightly mentioned, Bumrah's not been able to get those wickets because teams have been very, calculative and not attacking him and not taking those chances with Bumrah, because they know that if we take our chances 9 out of 10 times, this guy's going to get a wicket. So I feel like Mitchell Santner is going to be that one player who we need to play out. And we did that even in the previous game. We played him out. We did not attack him at all. And the other bowlers were the ones that we tend to focus on. And, they have Glenn Phillips and Rachin Ravindra and Daryl Mitchell. They're not perfect bowlers. They're not your 10 over bowlers. They're bowlers who will give you overs in order to cover for someone if they're having a bad day. So if we're batting first, then we just need to go all guns blazing against these bowlers. But if we're batting second, then we just need to be smart about who we choose to attack and who we don't choose to attack. That's the only thing, that I feel that we need to do.
True. Well, I mean, the way Rohit has been batting, he's been an absolute revelation. I mean, those selfless knocks right at the top. I mean, how crucial are they, in the context of the game? I mean, 20 balls, 40 runs sometimes, 35 ball, 50. So I think what it has done is it has taken the pressure out from somebody like a Virat Kohli or a Shreyas Iyer, for that matter, because they can come down there, take their time, take those singles, and then whenever the situation arises, take the game deep and then go for the big ones. So that's exactly what strategy that they have been following. And how good has they been, the number 4 and number 5 for you, Rohit?
Junaid, I think that, this is one of the perfect middle order contributions in a while for India and World Cups, because with the likes of, post 2011, I think that with Gautam Gambhir, Yuvraj Singh, performing in that middle order. I think after that, 2015 and 2019, yes, we had with the likes of Ajinkya Rahane, Suresh Raina performing in the middle order. But the perfect middle order, I think, has been set for India now. Because with the likes of Shreyas Iyer nearly getting close to 400 runs in this World Cup, and with KL Rahul, I think KL Rahul post his injury has started to play those mature innings in terms of one days, because he is playing with anchor role. If he's going to play post that 40th over, He's ready to attack the bowlers because if, we saw what he can do in the Netherlands game also. Because once he is set, he can get to his A game. That is his aggressive approach. And if he has to play that mature innings at the top, we remember what he did against Australia. So he's doing both the things in the right manner. And I think that both of their contributions, number 4 Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul at number 5, have been very, very crucial to India's success.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. I don't know. I mean, I just can't sleep. I'm just thinking about tomorrow. What's it going to be like? When the toss would be and how everything would pan out for India. Because I was actually thinking, all right, you have won 9 games, right? And just one bad day and everything can fall apart. So, though I am a bit excited because this is not the team of 2019 because we have all the bases covered. We have that number 4 slot fixed this time. Plus, not even fixed, the over fixed, I would say, because the man who's batting there, I think he's in the form of his life right now because the way he's been hitting the ball been exceptional since he has come back into the side after the injury basically. So yeah, and the only thing is if we can take wickets early on and put New Zealand under pressure, regardless of what we are doing, batting for, if you're bowling first or bowling second, I think that would definitely set the tone for the rest of the game. Alan?
Oh yeah, definitely. Look, it's like Rohit said, our middle order has just been. It's such a pivotal thing to have a middle order like that, and everyone has just played their roles to complete perfection. Like Rohit Sharma, I think the South Africa game at Eden Gardens, his role and his contribution was perfectly defined in that game, where he gave us that quick fire start. We were 91, I think, for no loss at the end of 10 overs, and that kind of start allowed both Virat and Shreyas to take their time because the pitch it did get slow as as time went on and as the ball got a little old. You did see it becoming difficult, and Shreyas took a lot of time. I think he was at one point he was around 11 or 12 of 30 odd balls, and after that point is when they started accelerating, and this is what this team is doing to perfection. Like Rahul Dravid got so much criticism for whatever we went through in the first few years of his tenure, but at this point, I think this team has done their homework and everyone is just performing their roles to the T. Shreyas Iyer is that kind of number 4 who can play spin perfectly well. We have KL Rahul who, I think he's just, that injury has done him so much good. Like that break, that mental pause that he needed, for himself.
Yeah.
And to me, the return of KL Rahul was complete when he played that flick in that Netherlands game. I've been a KL Rahul fan since I've watched him play. And that was just the one thing that was missing, ever since he made his comeback from the Asia Cup. I wanted to see him play that flick or, over square leg. And it satisfied me to no bounds to watch him play that flick, not once, but twice in that game. So everyone is just, near perfect. The only chink in our armor would be Mohammad Siraj's inconsistent bowling, at the start, because he does get hit for a few boundaries and he does look a little lost, but you do back Mia to come good again, and he has. He has
actually. I think he did mention in the game against Pakistan actually after in one of the post matches, right? He did.
Yes.
Right, early on in the game, you do have that luxury to try a couple of balls, try to pitch it up there and see if if it's swinging for him or not. Just in case, he did mention that. All right, you have the leverage of going for a couple of boundaries and just to try and see if the ball is doing a bit for you, and if it doesn't, then plan B and just try and hit the right lens after that. So that's exactly what he did. I think he got lost in the game the other day against Netherlands, but then he has that tendency, that knack of picking up wickets at regular intervals or whenever the team needs him to deliver. So yeah, the only thing that I'm worried about, one positive aspect is most of the people on internet or on Twitter or on the mainstream media are talking about one factor, that India has not lost a game in this World Cup, and tomorrow could be that day, right? So why didn't we talk about Australia for all those years when they were on completely winning streaks?
True.
So it could be a case where India could just go unbeaten right through and come up with a trophy. So that's also always a possibility. So there's one good thing that happened in the game against Netherlands. I saw a couple of drop catches. There were some misfields, Rohit misfielding once, and Siraj, I guess, on one of the occasions, Siraj dropping a couple of. One catch was a bit difficult, but one was a dolly. He should have caught that actually. And then some loose balls, not taking wickets early. In the first spell, I mean, Siraj got a wicket early on, but then we ended up conceding, 50 or so in first 8 overs. So I think there is a certain, negatives that the team management might have taken it, because we're always, so obsessed with talking positives from India's campaign so far, right? So I think they would be like, all right, okay, we've dropped a few catches, so let's make sure this is not repeated in the next game. We have misfielded on a couple of occasions. Let's try and correct this aspect of our game. So I'm pretty sure they must have looked at this aspect as well going into this game. So, all right, losing is like, it's not a mantra. Like, if you don't lose one game, then you can't win a semi-final. It doesn't work that way, right? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Junaid, to be pretty honest with you, I think that I wish that India go all the way as an Indian fan, but there is that some part of my mind which says that it is safe to be confident, but not we shouldn't be overconfident, because for a simple reason that maybe if India can win this particular game and break that jinx, we all of us will be very happy, because we haven't done that for a long time now. To be very honest, we have stuttered in those knockout games, so that particular thing has been going in my mind. But to be very honest, with a few errors in the previous game, I think that India would, just make sure that they just fasten up their seatbelts and come to the game fully prepared, with a clear mindset. Because let's be honest, Rohit Sharma has been leading this team extraordinarily well. I think that many of us are actually, underrating him as a captain, because not many of us are talking about his captaincy, but he's been perfect, right? To be very honest.
And actually, you know what? I mean, that was exactly one of the points that I raised on, I don't know. I actually replied to one of the Twitter comments of one of the former cricketers or one of the commentators, I guess, because everybody's talking. Okay, I mean, Star Sports has forgotten all Virat Kohli's achievement and is just talking about 82 against Pakistan at the MCG. All right, and that to me is really, really funny. And some people are actually talking about the way Rohit is starting. But then again, nobody's touching on those points, the way he has led the team. I mean, it's remarkable, actually. Those bowling changes, those right calls. I mean, there's a lot of work that has gone behind the scenes with Rahul Dravid and Vikram Rathore and Paras Mamre and everybody else in the Indian camp. But then again, at the end of the day, when the captain takes the slack, so he should be praised as well. So kudos to him, the way he has led.
Yeah, I mean, just to add on that point, I for one, I was someone who also, really was a staunch believer in law of averages and, कि अभी इतना अच्छा चल रहा है तो कभी ना कभी तो बुरा होगा. But I've honestly, just kept that aside. I've kept that aside because stuff like this has happened in the past. I mean, and I've seen this, especially with Indian fans, we have this tendency of undermining our team's achievements. We tend to, I mean, I'm not getting over optimistic, but this team does have that capability, to go ahead, complete, and make it 11 out of 11. And
for the first time, sorry, go on.
Yeah, just to finish, the team of Australia in 2007, even their fans had that cockiness about them because they knew that our team has the capability and the ability and the mindset to do it. And that's the biggest change that I see, that the mindset of every player in that team is champion. They're not here to please anyone. They're not here to give you moments of brilliance or something. They're here and they mean business. And that's all that's playing in their minds. Rohit Sharma ke press conference mein, someone just asked him, how does it feel to be leading the team? You're the local boy at Wankhede. And he said, I am not thinking about anything of that sort. I will think about all these things after the 19th. Right now, we're here to do business, and that is it. And that speaks volumes, and that's where I get this quiet confidence inside me that this team just has it in them to do it. And on the day, if the better team plays better cricket, they'll win.
But I mean, there's no stopping that.
Team too. I'm just backing this team to play better.
The only reason you're absolutely right. I mean, okay, first things first. I mean, like, I'm going into this game thinking, all right, there's no problems with the skill set whatsoever. Like, we have some of the best players out there in the world right now in our squad, right? So, and who are performing, like, number 1 to 11, everybody has contributed in this World Cup so far. The only thing is, I mean, it's just the nervous energy of us fans. I mean, I'm pretty sure कि dressing room में ये सब चल भी नहीं रहा होगा. They'll be like, treating this like any other game. कि यार ठीक है, जब 9 matches कर सकते हैं तो 2 और क्या बात हो गई. ठीक है, कल जाते हैं, सुबह perform करते हैं, just get the job done and go home. So that could be the thing going on. But us fans, right? क्योंकि we have seen so much for the past 10 years, right? We have, वो होते हैं ना टोटके बाबा जी के, वो वाले चल रहे हैं माइंड में कि यार अगर ये नहीं होगा तो क्या होगा, and those sort of things. So that is exactly going through the heads of, I'm pretty sure, a lot of fans actually, because ऐसा है कि number 4 की भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. That is sorted. Your fast bowling is right up there with the best, possibly like, the best fast bowling in the tournament. Your spinners have done well. Your fielding has looked like, good. I'm not calling it the best, but, definitely like, we've been there, right, in the top 2-3, basically. So we have all the bases covered. Plus, you have got your captain scoring runs. He's leading from the front. That should give a lot of confidence to all the 10 members in the team, plus the other 4 sitting out, on the bench. कि भाई जब रोहित शर्मा रन कर रहा है, वो foundation set कर रहा है, then why shouldn't we perform for him and for the team, right?
Correct.
So वो वहाँ से आता है basically. I mean, if you take a look at the performances of some, I mean, Bangladesh didn't do well because Shakib wasn't there. Pakistan didn't do well because Babar wasn't consistent enough. Like there's no comparison. But then जब आपका कप्तान 500 रन कर देता है, then he has that thing in him कि हाँ जी चलो ठीक है अब सब करके दिखाओ.
Definitely, it just it boosts the team up. And you're talking about the confidence, like Shubman Gill posted on his Instagram, the second last dance. So it just talks about the mind, like it just talks about the frame of mind that they're in, that they know that they're only here to win the World Cup. Nothing lesser than that is going to give them a good night's sleep. So I'm just so pumped. I cannot wait to see the sun rise and for the game to start tomorrow.
Because Joe, I mean, what I have seen is because they look way too composed. I mean, there are no nervous energies in the camp, and players are enjoying each other's company. And then those are post-game videos that the Indian cricket team handle puts out.
Better than the post-match presentations.
Exactly. I mean, the best fielder awards being given, and the Rohit did mention the fashion show they did.
Fashion show, that's great. That's amazing. That was funny. It's just so great to listen to and feel.
Correct.
So I mean, there's a huge aura there, around this World Cup. So I don't know, for some, like my sixth sense says, it's going to be India through and through. I mean, I hope it turns out that way, but you never know. But there is something that I sense because this team is actually going to deliver. Because there's a script. If you remember Mark Nicholas' words. When Kohli scored that 100, I mean, this man writes his own script. I don't know, for some reason, I actually have that feeling that, it's going to be a perfect script for the next 2 games for Virat Kohli as well as Rohit Sharma and the whole of Team India, basically. Because Virat Kohli scoring those runs in knockouts would just going to be an icing in the cake. And Rohit Sharma doing it for the team is going to be like, something for every one of us to cheer about. Yes, Rohit.
No. I felt that, the whole of India is actually, was spreading out that positive vibe because obviously, it is a home World Cup and I'm getting those 2011 vibes because, as a 7-year-old, that was the first World Cup in fact, that was the first time I watched cricket. So, there is some positivity around because, you go through the Twitter handles or to the Twitter pages. There is obviously, all that we're talking about that कि एक मैच में जो अगर गलती हो जाए तो what happens. That is all just a superstitious belief as far as my opinion is concerned. Because we're all very positive about it and we don't want to jinx. As fans, we don't want to jinx the Indian team. So that's why we all have these thoughts running in our minds. But I feel that, all of the right from the fans to the players to the team environment to the coaches, everyone is, very, very positive about things. And I hope that, India go 11 out of 11 and, it ends as a fairy tale for India.
You're right. Talking about the Toadcast, let me tell you one thing, okay? So, in 2019 World Cup, I got this India jersey just before the release of the World Cup. And I wore it on the match day, I guess. on the semi-final day, all right, and we lost. And then 2021 World Cup, I got another one, the new jersey for that World Cup, and I wore it, and we lost in the game against Pakistan. So from that time onwards, I kept buying those T-shirts. I bought it for 2022, and then the ICC championship thing, but I didn't wear it. Okay, I had that belief. Okay, I shouldn't be saying that, but I had that belief that if I wear this, then India might, just end up losing the game. But India lost eventually, right? So for this World Cup, I got two T-shirts. One with the tricolor, the World Cup edition, and the latest release, right? So I ordered both from Adidas and got both of them. I didn't wear the first one, but I wore the World Cup edition during the Pakistan game, and we won, right? So I just told myself, right, regardless of whatever it is, I'm just going to wear it for myself and then watch the game. So what I'm trying to tell you is every one of us has a strange way of looking, the game from our own perspective. Okay, what if I do this? Maybe they'll lose. All right, what if I do this? Okay, so I mean, it's just that us fans maybe who think that way, but I don't think I don't think how many of those players would be going through the same emotions as we do. So I mean, we can just hope for the best, and regardless of what happens, I mean, we have played the best cricket in the competition so far, and
100%.
I mean, just talking about that team, Alan and Rohit. I mean, all the fans are thinking that anything less than the World Cup is an underachievement. So what more would you talk about that team? Like, it's been doing so well over the last few years. Right, we have had our own, our fair share of issues, but then again, the way they have delivered is phenomenal. So I would definitely back them up to go all the way and win it. So let's take one game at a time. So tomorrow, definitely heart and mind and soul, everything says India. What about you, Alan?
Yeah, heart, mind, soul, everything. Hands, legs, everything says India, because it's like you said, anything lesser than the silverware will feel like an underachievement, because the kind of cricket that they've played, the kind of just the cricketing display, the acumen on the field that we've seen, the dedication, the motivation that every player has shown to give the fans something to cheer for. Look, I mean, the second best team, we got them all out for 89 runs, and that again just speaks volumes of the kind of the dominance that we've had. And we were 2 for 3 against Australia, and God knows what would have happened if we would have turned out to be 20 for 4 or 30 for 5. But such is this team that no matter whatever situation you put it in, it has found an answer for every question thrown towards it. So I'm just waiting for the sun to rise and just waiting for the coin to be tossed. That's it.
Right. What about you, Rohit?
Cannot wait for the game.
Junaid, mind, heart, soul, as Alan mentioned, all parts of the body, it says India. And I also feel that this is literally the level of dominance with which India has played. It is resembling the 2003-2007 Australian side, where all the boxes are ticked. Not really an issue with any department of the team. So pretty confident. India will go get that silverware, and they have played the best cricket possible, and they'll emerge as the best team out there. So Junaid, I'm going India, backing India 100%.
All right. So I mean, do you expect 50th 100 coming tomorrow, or would you be satisfied with any match-winning performance? Even if Kohli scores maybe 20, 25 and India wins, would you take that? I would definitely.
100%, Junaid. 100%.
100%.
Any day.
I know Kohli would take it.
Not even a question. Exactly. That's what it is. Because I mean, the reason why I've put that question to you both is because I've been very active on Twitter for a few weeks, and then the shit that I see on Twitter is spaces that I've been part of is absolutely hilarious. Fans fighting among ourselves, Rohit versus Kohli, Rohit fans, Kohli fans, and that was okay. I felt for a change कि India cricket इतना आगे चला गया है कि for the fact कि India जीत रहा है, right? उसके अंदर की ये internal rivalries पे लोग लड़ रहे हैं, and people are not even satisfied कि अच्छा, some people are not even satisfied कि यार मजा नहीं आ रहा. Why? Because 80 पे आउट कर रहे हैं, 100 पे आउट कर रहे हैं, तो we're not enjoying. So I mean, you want a Bollywood script to be written कि हाँ जी ठीक है, India would go on to score, let's say 290, Kohli or let's say New Zealand scoring 289 something. Uske baad India ki bari aayegi, and then Rohit giving a blistering start, and then Kohli winning on the last ball and scoring 100. It's not a lagan that is going on, boss. It's real cricket. I mean, if the team is getting all out for, let's say, 90, or if you're bowling out a team for like 51, 52, then that shows your dominance at the international level. So you have to take pride in that as the cricket fans of the Indian team. I mean, it's not a movie that is going on, right? So yeah. So boys, let's see how things how the story develops tomorrow. I mean, I hope it's going to be 10-0 victory to the boys in blue, and we'll wait and see, what what the future has in store for us, for all the cricket fans. Any parting comments, Alan, Rohit, before we call it a day?
Junaid, to be very honest, let's be very positive about it. I think we'll meet for the next review. For whatever we meet, we meet for the finals, or we meet tomorrow in a post game. Let's be very positive about it. India going all the way, winning the title. So yeah, everybody's positive out there. Let's keep the vibe positive, and let's hope that India, the team, delivers for all of its fans.
Perfect. Yeah, Alan.
Yeah, nothing. Just best of luck to all the 11 of them, and
all the fans, as well.
All the fans. I honestly best of luck to the fans, because these 11 boys are sorted in their minds. ये fans का दिल ही धक 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 ज़्यादा करने वाला है, वो हम सबको पता है. But look, I am very confident, and I just want to send as much positivity as I can, and I'm just hoping that every Indian cricket fan does the same thing. That just send good wishes, just send good vibes, because they know what they're doing. They've been doing so well for this 9 games, and tomorrow's going to be no different. There's another team that's also coming on the field to win, so it's going to be a spectacle. It's going to be a cracker of a game. And as a cricket fan, at the end of the day, that's what you want, right? That's what you want to watch. You want to watch two teams at the best of their abilities competing, toe to toe. And I'm just. That's it. I'm wishing the team best of luck, and as a cricket fan, I cannot be more excited for tomorrow.
Right. On that note, let's take a leave, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I still see people are connected on Facebook, I believe, and thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And Alan and Rohit, thanks a lot. And let's join after the game tomorrow and see, on which way we side. And I hope it comes out to be on the Indian side of the results. We can just wish the team all the best, and may the best team win. On that note, guys, let's take a leave, and let's circle back tomorrow if possible. Take care. Good night.
Yeah, sure, Junaid. Pleasure.
Good night.